Hey gentlemen, I'm at Sydenham Dam right now. Sydenham is my village where I grew up and now where I live again. And the Sydenham Dam has had lots of purposes. I believe it was a flour mill at one point and then an electricity generating mill, dam. I'm not sure which came first actually. When I was a kid it was abandoned and in an empty building that we used to crawl in underneath the boards. Timidly, I was afraid because I was quite young. But now it's kind of been turned into a park. There's park benches around and you can see they've set it up so you can explore a little bit. It's kind of neat. I'm smoking a real beautiful little pipe. I love this pipe. I'm not sure what you would call this style. Maybe a Prince. It's got a beautifully rusticated outside bowl, and it's made by Lloyd's. Century-old Briar, Italy, it says. So I've never seen a pipe like this before. I love the bend of the stem to the shank, how that just merges. Here, let me get my hand out of the way. Isn't that pretty? Now the stem was all bit through quite badly. It was maybe an eighth of it was missing. And I built it up with, I have it's not a trick, I guess everybody knows this. Maybe not everyone knows it, but I took filter carbon for fish tanks, ground it up really fine as I could, and then used, well, the brand name is Crazy Glue, I believe. What is that glue actually called? The name is I was just saying it a second ago and now it slipped my mind. So anyway, you build it up and make a big knob at the end and try to extend the stem, and then files, sandpaper, and reshape it. So if you look really carefully in some light, I don't know whether you're going to be able to see this with this quality of a camera on my phone, but you can kind of see the different coloration, about half an inch length on there. It was bitten through really badly. And then I reshaped the button as best I can. You know, like I've said before, I'm just an amateur pipe maker. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I enjoy it and make a few bucks here and there on the side. So anyway, so I'm about to go on the Cat Trail, which is a railroad, an abandoned rail line. It's no longer used for rails, obviously. Ripped up all the tracks back in the 80s. I think it was about 1989. I was in college at the time. And apparently Gillette, company that makes razor blades, and I heard that they bought all this iron from the rails because it made pristine razor blades. No idea if that's true. Kind of neat story though. I had a friend, he died back in the 80s, unfortunately, but I loved that guy. His name was Jim Moffat, and he was really into everything railroads. We would always take the train from Moose Jaw to Kingston. He lived in Ottawa, Carleton Place actually, and so we would always take the train together, sit up in the dome car. We couldn't afford a berth or anything. We just slept up in the dome car until we got kicked out of there, and then maybe find our way to sleep on top of the baggage racks until we'd get kicked out of there. I'd find some place to hide so I could get horizontal. It's amazing how you just can't sleep unless you're horizontal. At least that's the way it was for me. So those are good memories. I miss Jim. He was the one that told me that the razor blade company Gillette had bought all these rails. So I like taking this trail. It's called the Cataraqui Trail, maybe Cataraqui Regional Conservation Authority. So, you know, I love trivia and I love like information about things like that, but my memory is so awful. You can take everything that I say with a grain of salt. In other news, tonight we're having a Holy Smokers group at my house. Got the porch all set up, put some comfortable couches in there, and about, I think 6 or 7 guys have said yes so far, bringing their pipes and tobacco and whatever drinks they like, and we'll sit around in my back porch and gab and connect and do them, you know, have the guy time. And we live in a society where it seems to me like men are always kind of demonized, you know. Testosterone is looked down upon. What are we supposed to do about that? I mean, without men, there would be no one, right? You need to, well, at least it used to. Seems like that just isn't important anymore and isn't necessary anymore. But you know what? I don't think that's a majority. I think that's a vocal minority that kind of pushes this anti-man agenda. Yeah, it's a beautiful day, a little crisp. I realized when I was looking at my Fitbit that I'd only got 1 day of exercise this week, which is pretty typical for me, but I've tried to make a goal to get at least 4 days of exercise a week. So I thought, well, it's too late to get 4, but I can try to get 3 if I exercise today and tomorrow. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm expecting to give to take an attempt to broadcast the Holy Smokers meeting tonight, if the guys don't mind. I don't know whether we'll be able to do it live, but I'll video it anyway and see if we can at least do it, pre-record it, and set it up as a premiere or something on YouTube. It was fun to tune in last night to a live stream. Lots of guys came in and I was able to chat with a few. And I always learn something in those things, you know. I've smoked for 30 years, but know hardly anything about pipe smoking. Just do it. Anyways, now it's time for me to say goodbye. I hope I will see you all this evening in our live stream, if that happens. And I actually haven't asked the guys yet either, so we'll see what they say. So have a nice day, gentlemen, and I will see you later.